Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. Today is a good day to look at some quilts made by you. When I first started to design scrapberry gingham, I had no clue if anyone else would even want to make it. The driving force behind this quilt design was that I was having some major fun while making it. I knew at that point I had to design this pattern up and make it legible so that you all could try your hand at it. Today's video is all about you. Enough talking already. Let the show begin. First up is Ann Olson. Check out this beauty right here. Ann says that her machine does not like to free motion quilt, but she did free motion quilt on these leaves, and I think she did a wonderful job. That was one of my favorite parts about her quilt. She decided on doing just some simple straight line stitching around the blocks. Check out her label. Oh my word. She bought a special embroidery machine last Christmas just so she could do labels on her quilt. Thank you so much, Anne, for taking this challenge. Check out these vibrant colors in Kirsty's boysenberry. Yes, I said boysenberry. She totally wanted to make this quilt her own, and she decided on a boysenberry, and boy did it pay off. She used double gauze on the back of her quilt. No doubt it's going to be the most cuddliest quilt in her house. And hey, looks like you have some fur babies that will share that quilt with you. Kirsty, thank you so much for taking the Scrapberry Challenge. Next up is my friend Donna over at Handmade by Ying with Donna. Donna was the first one to send in a picture of her quilt and got me super excited about this challenge. I just love the colors that she used. If you don't know my friend Donna over at Handmade by Ying with Donna, you need to go check her out. She's like one of those good friends that's always online and ready to chat on her lives. Donna, thank you so much for taking this challenge. How cute is Mary Sharon's quilt? The gingham in the background just sparkles right off of this quilt. And the stem too, it just looks like this quilt is alive. Check out the point at the bottom of this strawberry. I love that Mary put a point on the bottom of her strawberry, a little bit more realistic. I wish I would have thought of that, Mary. Great job thinking outside of the box. Your quilt is beautiful, Mary. Thank you so much for participating in the challenge. Wow, check out Dixie's purple gingham background. I love it, Dixie. Dixie mentioned in her email that it took longer than she thought that it would to make this quilt top. But she also said she had so much fun making it. Check out the borders that Dixie designed on the scrapberry gingham. I love it. Thank you so much, Dixie, for taking the Scrapberry Gingham Quilt Challenge. Check out this showstopper by Sandy Bidwell. This is the first time that Sandy said she's ever been included in a challenge. Well, let me tell you, Sandy, you nailed this challenge big time. Take a look at this darling binding that she used. I love this green stripe. Oh my word. And look at the backing and the strawberries in the quilt, in the patchwork. So, so cute. We have another surprise at the end from Sandy Bidwell. She just may have made another scrapberry gingham quilt, but you'll have to wait to the end to find out. Sandy, thank you so much for being a part of this challenge. Some of you might know this quilt already. This quilt was made by my friend Di over at Sister Chicks Quilting. She not only took the challenge, but she took it one step further and did a full tutorial on her channel, and she's giving away a free pattern of the pumpkin version. I know. Di told me that this ended up being one of her top 5 quilts that she's ever made. Wow, Di, I'm totally honored. But look at her version, would you? It's super cute, from the binding to the quilting to everything. But I expect nothing less, of course. Di, thank you for being a friend, and thank you for taking the challenge. I appreciate it. Wow, Debbie, what a showstopper. I mean, can we just look at the borders here for a second? She did an amazing job at turning this pattern on the borders into something totally different that I would have never have thought of. Way to think outside the box, Debbie. She did say this was the first time she'd ever done a gingham background, and she was really excited to see that come together. I love the backing, even though her 6-year-old granddaughter picked it out. Debbie, thank you for always being a faithful viewer and commenting on my videos. I appreciate you so much. Okay, Nancy, this quilt right here, it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know what to say. I'm like, wow, I'm in awe. When I got this in my email, I was like, what? What is this? Oh my word, it's so beautiful. From the front to the binding to the backing. Nancy mentioned in the email that she went ahead and did a checkerboard background because she just didn't have the right fabric in stock at her house for, the gingham background. But that's okay because this quilt right here is amazing all on its own with the checkerboard and the backing. I love that pieced back. I mean, that is just gorgeous. All of it, from the quilting, everything. I'm impressed with all of these quilts, really. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Nancy said in her email that she's got plans for this quilt pattern. She's going to be making all kinds of different things with this pattern. Nancy, thank you for participating in this challenge. It was so much fun to see your quilt. I know, right? Chloe, oh my goodness, this is an amazing quilt rendition of the Scrapberry Gingham. It's a green apple. Who doesn't love a green apple? I'm just like, wow. You all just amaze me with these quilts. I could cry, really. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to. Amazing. Look at the binding, the quilting, the entire quilt. I mean, talk about outside the box. You nailed outside the box. I mean, there's several nails outside this box. It's just an amazing quilt. When I first looked at it, I was like, what? Wow, she made a green apple. I mean, I'm just super excited. It's just turned out so cute. Chloe, thank you so much for sharing this quilt with the world. Check out Becky Lambie's quilt top. Isn't it just full of brightness? That's what I thought of when I first opened up this email. I was like, wow, it's so bright and pretty. The colors just work wonderfully together. Becky, you have a great eye for color. I can totally tell. Make sure when you finish up this quilt that you send me pictures because I want to see what you do with this quilt top. Thank you so much for taking the challenge, Becky. I couldn't be more proud of Anne Marie's quilt top. I emailed Anne Marie back and asked her if it was challenging, and she said, well, at the beginning it was challenging, but when I had any questions, I went back to the video and I watched it 10 to 20 more times. Anne Marie, you're a gem. Anne Marie followed my pattern to a T. I wonder if it's because she watched my video 10 to 20 times. You think? Anne Marie, thank you so much for sharing your quilt top with the world. As promised, another quilt by Sandy Bidwell. Oh yeah, it's a pineapple. How cool, right? This is so creative, Sandy. You make sure and send me pictures of this quilt when it is sandwiched and quilted and bound. I want to see the end result. Thank you so much, Sandy, for not only making one quilt for the challenge, but making 2 quilts. I want to let you know I'm very humbled that any of you would follow any pattern that I would make or follow in any of my quilting footsteps. I really didn't realize how many people really do listen to me. I mean, it's weird, but It's the truth. I don't know. After seeing all these quilts, you all have inspired me to keep going, keep quilting, and keep teaching. I love you and I thank you for that. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.